Dan Sklarkenberg knows news, and knowing news like Dan knows news allows Dan to cruise for new news that might not be known. Naturally, knowing news as soon as Dan knows news puts him in the know, and since he knew it when it was new and is thus able to report it in the now, then yes, Dan knows news. Skip Richter has been reporting about the race scene for years. After doing volunteer college radio broadcasts of race day action, he got an internship at a local television station. He soon made his mark with the launch of his weekly race recap entitled The Race Machine, which went on to reach syndication in 23 markets nationwide. By day, Chooky is a reporter for OEM News, but by night, she's the lead singer of the infamous rattle and roll band Gridlock. She has fans all over the world and has received several musical award nominations for her signature tire-squealing vocals. Jay Leno spent countless nights on the road, crisscrossing the country perfecting his stand-up comedy act, before getting his big break performing on the most popular late show in town. It wasn't long until he was asked to fill in as guest host, and eventually took over the show full-time. He may be a big-time talk show host now, but that hasn't stopped him from spending countless nights on the road, crisscrossing the country, still working to perfect his comedy act. Sven didn't plan to go into politics. In fact, he started off as an automotive model. He was crowned Mr. Automotive a record 7 times. This led to roles in films like Roll Over and Die 2, and Welcome to the Autobomb. He soon made the natural leap from acting to politics, winning elections and looking good while doing it. Bessie is Radiator Springs' resident road paving machine. Everyone agrees she's a low-maintenance gal, but more than one unsuspecting hitcher has learned her quirks the hard way. Doc likes to say laying asphalt with Bessie is more like dancing than paving. Fill her with kerosene, gravel, and tar, and she'll produce the most beautiful ribbon of blacktop you've ever seen. But be careful. Don't pull her too fast or get her steamed up. Bessie has 2 huge buckets of molten tar, and she knows how to use them. Just ask Lightning McQueen. Lightning is built for speed and has just 2 things on his mind: winning and the perks that come with it. In his fast-paced life, he has little time for anything or anyone. But who needs friends when you've got a stadium full of fans? To Lightning McQueen, the world's fastest race car, appearance is everything. Fans expect a celebrity like him to look great all the time. Fresh, shiny, spotless. If only his fans could see him now. Lightning McQueen's dream is to be sponsored by Dynaco Oil. In his daydreams, he looks great with his new Dynaco Blue paint job and his very own brand of Lightning McQueen racing tires complete with custom spinners. Hey, and why decide on either gold or silver spinners when you can have both? The town fixed up Lightning McQueen just in time for a cruise down the strip, and Radiator Springs looks pretty cool on him. Then again, everything looks pretty cool under the glow of the neon on Route 66. Could anything be more embarrassing than being splashed in the face with mud right in front of the girl of your dreams? I don't think so. Could anything be more embarrassing than being splashed in the face with mud right in front of the girl of your dreams? Well, maybe being covered with leaves right after that. Yes, that would be more embarrassing. After winning the Piston Cup and getting the King's coveted Dynaco sponsorship, McQueen imagines a movie deal will be the next logical step. He sees himself doing action movies, with a hint of comedy, a touch of drama, and a truckload of explosions. Turning on dirt is not only harder than Lightning McQueen thought, it's also a lot more embarrassing. Some lessons have to be learned the hard way. Turn right to go left sounds easy enough, but McQueen's finding out it's a lot more painful than it seems. Lightning McQueen never stops for tires, even if it means driving right through them. When you don't have a nose to win by, a tongue is the next best thing. Sally grew tired of her life in the fast lane as a high-powered attorney in Los Angeles and made a new start in the small town of Radiator Springs. Charming, intelligent, and witty, she became the town attorney and the car most dedicated to preserving the town's historical beauty. She bought the Cozy Cone Motel and restored it back to its original condition and has no plans of stopping there. She'd fix the whole town building by building if that's what it took. Sally's tattoo pinstriping is left over from her early days. Though she's a little embarrassed by it now, it serves as a reminder of her high-speed life in California and how happy she is to be cruising in the slow lane. Minnie and her husband Van love to go out and see the world. Unfortunately, they rarely see their exit. Getting lost on vacation has become somewhat of a tradition for the couple. Minnie enjoys the unplanned detours. They allow her to see interesting places and folks that she would never have planned on visiting. She just wishes that her husband could enjoy that time to stop and smell the roses. And if not, then at least stop and ask for directions. Van and his wife Minnie love to travel. The problem is they don't know where they're going. The two share a strong sense of adventure, but unfortunately, a stronger lack of direction, turning most of their relaxing getaways into strenuous marathons over mountainous terrain, through the desert and past every gas station, as Van would rather stall than ask for directions. Derek Decals Dobbs came to Radiator Springs to find a job with his old pal Ramon, touching up paint jobs and giving clientele much-needed facelifts. Derek not only paints cars, he also paints murals. He painted a beautiful mural on the side of one of the town shops, declaring Radiator Springs a happy place. Dustin Mellows was a delivery truck for trophy spark plugs in the 1950s. This mild-mannered van had a monthly route that took him through Radiator Springs. On one of his regular stops, Dustin had a near head-on collision with one of the locals. Their almost fatal meeting turned into a collision of fate. The couple fell in love and moved to a nearby suburb of Cooperville, where they are now enjoying their relaxing retirement together. Milton loved cruising around town, greeting and being greeted as he made his way to nowhere in particular. He worked at the courthouse in Radiator Springs, but purposely bought a house at the other end of town, just so he could run into more folks as he made his way to and from work. Hot on the trail of suspected bank robbers, bounty hunter Timothy Time Zone Truecoat found himself in the sleepy town of Radiator Springs, interviewing the locals at Flo's for hours. Ultimately, it was a tip from Luigi that led him to the abandoned silver mine on the outskirts of Carburetor County, where Time Zone single-handedly apprehended the notorious Gasket Gang. Seems the Gasket Gang burned through a lot of tires on their high-speed getaways. Greta is on her way to Ramon's to get a full-body makeover and a hot new flame job. Tonight, she's going to see the renowned body shop quartet, the Rumbles. The baritone Chet is an old traffic school sweetheart who she hasn't seen in years, and she's got to look her best.